What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So this is where we at. You clearly see the title of the broadcast, and yes, it is finally here. The Democratic mayors of these sanctuary cities are having to sit down at the House, and yes, it's about time we get some answers here, figuring out what some of this money went to. They're going off. So I dove off into we got Nancy Mace, and we're gonna have Brian Donalds, and they're going off. So let's just dive off into this, people. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All of the mayors here today are actively working to harm the American.
Now, why wasn't 2024 your best trade?
All right, here we go.
Mr. Chairman, all of the mayors here today are actively working to harm the American people you represent. You all have blood on your hands. I'm going to ask a series of yes or no questions today, and I would like to remind all of you, you are under oath. I only want a yes or a no to my questions. My first question, do you acknowledge breaking into our country as a crime? Mayor Adams, yes or no? Do you acknowledge breaking into our country as a crime?
I acknowledge.
Yes or no?
I acknowledge.
Okay, Honorable Johnson, he's not going to answer the question. Yes or no? Is breaking into our country against the law? Yes or no?
Depends how you cross the border.
Okay, Mayor Johnson, yes or no?
Comprehensive immigration reform policies are what's necessary in this
Mayor Wu,
moment.
do you have a better answer than these gentlemen before you? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, do you believe it's acceptable for illegals who commit heinous crimes be released back into the public instead of being detained and deported? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Anyone break a crime?
Yes or no? This is not hard. Yes or no?
Anyone that break a crime should be detained.
Okay, Mayor, yes or no?
All right, Adams. Listen, look now. Your ass on the line out here, son. You know, Trump trying to pull them strings for you out there. You might want to go ahead on and answer them questions. It's just a yes or no question. Jesus Christ. We don't need all the analytics behind the damn question and shit. They go for all of them. This is crazy.
They should be deported.
Okay, Mayor.
Any individual that
Yes or
causes
no?
harm
Yes or
and
no?
breaks
Okay,
the
Mayor
law
Wu.
should be held accountable.
This is why you have 6% approval rating, because you suck at answering questions. Mayor Wu, yes or no?
Anyone who's a public safety threat should be prosecuted.
All right, I have my next question. When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Mayor Adams, yes or no?
Can we say that question again?
Okay, Mayor Johnston. When a legal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history? Yes or no?
I will charge and prosecute them.
Yes or no? Okay, well, okay. You said you would go to jail, didn't you?
I will
For
charge
harboring
and
illegal
prosecute
aliens
them.
or something, Mayor Johnson?
Could you repeat your question, please?
When an illegal alien rapes a woman, do you believe you're on the right side of history?
Could you clarify that question?
Okay, Mayor Wu. Yeah.
This is crazy. Look at this running around these mayors are doing. This is sad and highly disrespectful. She's asking clear yes or no questions. It's not that hard. And at the end of the day, they're sitting around there talking, you know, man, Jesus, this is hard. This is hard for me to listen to, bro. Knowing that, I mean, gee, man, somebody need to break out a paddle like back in school, you know, because seriously, they need their asses whooped out there.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Man.
Yes or no?
No, rape is obviously
Then
horrible.
why are you letting rapists back out onto the streets of Boston?
That is not
Right.
true. That is
Okay.
not what's happening in
When
Boston.
an illegal alien molests a kid, molests an underage kid, do you pat yourself on the back for being compassionate? Mayor Adams?
It's despicable and he should be arrested.
Mayor Johnson?
I prosecute folks that commit crimes like that.
You guys let him out on the streets. Mayor Johnson?
We arrest violent criminals in the city of Chicago.
Mayor Wu?
We investigate, arrest, and prosecute.
You guys don't sound very confident today.
Don't.
Would your city honor an ICE detainer on an illegal alien who rapes kids if one was issued today? Mayor Adams? Yes or no?
In conformance with law, we will honor detainers.
Mayor Johnson?
If there's a criminal warrant, we'll help them pick them up. If there's no criminal warrant, we'll honor a notification request.
Mayor Johnson?
Criminal warrants, we always cooperate with federal agents with a criminal warrant.
Mayor Wu?
Get a criminal warrant, we will enforce.
A criminal warrant. I'm talking about an ICE detainer on an individual who's here illegal who rapes kids. Do you all hate Donald Trump more than you love your country, Mayor Adams?
Mm.
I respect my president. I respect my
Yes,
country.
sir. Or no?
I love my
Okay.
country.
Mayor Johnson?
As the son of a pastor, I love everyone
Oh,
and this
Lord.
country.
Oh, Lord. As the son of a pastor, I love everyone and this country. Yeah, okay. Okay. Jesus, man.
Mayor Will?
I love my country and my city.
That wasn't
Do
a
you
question.
all, are you all willing to go to jail for violating federal law? Mayor Adams?
I'm not going to violate federal law, so I don't have to worry about that.
Mayor Johnston?
We don't violate federal law either.
You don't violate federal law.
We do not violate federal
Is it
law.
violating federal law if you don't honor detainer requests from ICE?
Absolutely not. In fact, the statute Congressman Biggs shared, we explicitly follow. The statute says you cannot prohibit city employees from sharing information about someone's status with the government. We do not prohibit that.
Do you love illegal aliens more than you love your fellow countrymen?
I love all the residents of the city and county.
Mayor Johnston, are you willing to go to jail for violating federal law?
The city of Chicago complies with all laws.
Oh, I highly doubt that. Mayor Wu?
We are not violating federal law.
Mayor Wu, I have a last couple questions for you.
Man, all y'all violating federal law out there. All of y'all have violated federal law, definitely for the past 4 years, and definitely recently here. And now that the crackdown is coming around, Tom Homan is kicking in doors, and oh my goodness, we're not going to stand for this. We're going to protect these legal aliens. Man, are you kidding me?
Do you believe that ICE arresting a child rapist, quote, threatens everyone's safety, end quote? Yes or no?
No.
Does ICE arresting a murderous MS-13 gang member threaten everyone's safety? Yes or no?
No.
I would like to hold up this quote of you where you say ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone, end quote, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. You're a hypocrite. Thank you.
Ooh, hey, she's snapping out here. Listen, look. All right, so we're gonna go to Brian. We're gonna go to Brian Donalds now, because of course he has something to say too. He has questions too as well, and this is crazy out here. Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman. This is my third term on the Oversight Committee. We've been talking about illegal immigration and oversight the entire time. I remember we had a group of this committee that went down to the El Paso section of the border. This was back in February, March of 2021. And during that time period, we were at one of the holding centers, and there were these buses that were coming to the detention facility, and they were picking up 30 kids, 50 kids at random, walking out of the facility. And when I went over to question the bus driver that was transporting these kids, border agents told me as a member of Congress that you're not allowed to question the bus driver. And of course, people knowing me, I didn't take no for an answer.
And he shouldn't have. Who is they to tell a sitting? What are you? Man, wow, it's a lot that's unfolding out here. This is crazy. So Byron Donalds asked these people, where in the world y'all taking these children to, basically? Children that are unaccompanied by any adult supervision, things like, come on, hold on.
I repeated the question, and I was told that this bus of children was leaving El Paso and going to San Diego. And so what was occurring under the Biden administration is that they were busing unaccompanied minors all across the United States for one reason and one reason only. And that was because they did not want the press to see the pictures of kids in cages. They did not want to see our borders being overrun. They wanted to disperse that problem all through the United States. That is the reckless history of illegal immigration under Joe Biden and the Democrat Party.
Okay, so now my question is too, where are all those children at? Now we're Tom Homan has asked this question too as well. Made a statement about it, things like that. And this is the truth. Where are the children? Where are those buses of children that Brian Donalds just said that they bused to San Diego, and probably had other buses going other places too that were loaded with children? Where are those children at now? See, this is crazy right here. And Jesus, man. So you mean they were under the table busing children, illegal migrant children, just all over the United States?
Mayor Johnston of Denver,
Yes, sir.
you lamented earlier that there were 10 to 11 buses coming per day to your city. Did you ever talk to Joe Biden about why this was happening to your community?
Thank you, Congressman. I both reached out to Governor Abbott from Texas. He didn't respond, and I did.
Why would you reach out to Governor Abbott of Texas when it is Joe Biden, the former commander-in-chief, that opened up our borders? Why didn't you talk to him?
Well, our buses directly were being sent from Governor Abbott in Texas, so that was why we reached out to say we're happy to collaborate.
Because Governor Abbott said y'all wanted these fools. Y'all sanctuary places, you said you wanted them. So Governor Abbott, aka Governor Wheelchair, he decided to go head on and let y'all have it. He wasn't going to keep those bats down there with him.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
He was not. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. Yeah, send them to these sanctuary places.
Right, on a coordinated entry system. We understand no one state or no one city should bear the entire brunt of this, but let's collaborate. But I did.
So I'm glad you said that, because that brings me to my next point. Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis, when they started moving illegal aliens out of their states, who were bearing the brunt of what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were doing, and they've sent them to Denver, they sent them to Chicago, they sent them to New York, they sent them to Martha's Vineyard. The reason why they did that is because you four could hide behind the realities of illegal immigration on border towns all through our country and on cities and states who did not want to see illegal immigration, but did not have the political representation to go to the White House. And only when it showed up on your doorstep did you get upset. Mayor Johnston, coming back to you.
I don't see what they got upset for. They're sanctuary cities. I thought they were supposed to take in all these illegals, or quote unquote. Man, please. Miss me with the crap. Nah, these people wanted that. They wanted that government assistance. So at first, Mayor Adams, he was, when he started talking out the side of his neck about Biden taking away that money, that's when they started to come up with them charges. So, yeah, the rest of the mayors and governors of these other places and sanctuary places, stuff like that, they kept their mouth closed. They got whatever little trinkets they did, and they ruined their whole cities and states behind taking all these illegals in. Look at what happened to Denver. Look at what happened to all these places, Chicago, stuff like that. I mean, look at what actually happened over the past 4 years and since this election term. Look what happened definitely at the end of Biden's administration. How much chaos and destruction was going down in these sanctuary cities with these illegals out there. That was billions of dollars being spent upon these people that should not have been here in the first place.
How much did your city spend on illegal immigration? Do you have a round number?
Over the last couple of years on all newcomers, whatever their status was, it's around 79 million since 2022.
79 million. Mayor Johnson, Chicago. How much has the city of Chicago spent on illegal immigration?
If you're referring to the 2022 up to 2024 of the buses coming from Texas, roughly the same percentage of the state of Texas, about 1% of our overall budget.
What is that? Because we don't have the city's budget in front of me. Numbers.
It's 1%. And if you want the actual calculation, we can make sure someone.
You're the mayor. You don't have the math in front of you.
It's 1% of the overall budget over the last 4 years.
That's why you're a failing
which
mayor.
is
Mayor
the same
Adams,
number that
how
was
much did
sent
the city
from us
of New York
from the
actually
state
spend
of
on
Texas.
illegal immigration?
That's sad, man. Why is he playing games with these people? It's actually 1% of this. No, he's asking you for a tangible number. 1 million, 2 million. How much? The numbers. And man, wow. The disrespect is real out here. And then these individuals that's sitting up here now, these mayors of these sanctuary cities want somebody to respect them. Now, I don't know what's going on with Mayor Adams out of New York, while he's getting up there trying to buck and shine. I mean, not buck and shine, but he trying to fucking shuffle and shit, knowing that he trying to get some stuff off his back. He don't need to be shuffling at all. I mean, technically the Democratic Party is no longer in power right now. So he need to come on, get clean out here and go sit his ass down somewhere.
Mayor Johnson, I already asked you, you don't have a hard number. And if you don't have a hard number, you're not running your city well. Mayor Adams, how much did the city of New York actually spend on illegal immigration?
6.9 billion of taxpayers' dollars.
$6.9 billion of taxpayer money on a problem that was fostered on the American people. Mayor Wu, in the city of Boston, how much did you spend?
We don't ask about immigration status and delivering city
You don't
services,
ask
so
about
we
how
don't
much
have
money
that
the city
number.
of Boston has spent on illegal immigration.
We
Are you
don't
out of your
distinguish
mind?
between
Yeah, she out of it. You know what I'm saying? And we already know she out of it. Y'all go back in my broadcast. She just had a situation pop off up there in the damn Chick-fil-A with an off-duty officer just had to save a group of people inside of a Chick-fil-A from some knife-wielding bat. And she going to sit out there and send condolences to the family of the doggone terrorist out here. This is crazy.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
My condolences go out to the family of the assailant who was terrorizing people in a Chick-fil-A and wielding a knife. What? What is this? Man,
immigration status.
Do you
as
manage
part
your
of our
budget
city
or not,
policies.
Mayor Wu?
That is how we keep
Mayor
our city
Wu,
safe.
do you
and
manage
we
your
have
budget
the
or not?
numbers to prove it. I manage my budget. I have a AAA bond rating dating back 10 years.
So to the city of Boston,
budget.
just understand
Yes.
that your mayor does not care how much of your resources she has spent on people who are not citizens
The city of
the
Boston
city of
is
Boston.
sick of having people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what
Mr.
we
Bear, I have
need.
a question for you.
what did she hold on? Hold up. What the hell did this little bat just say?
She has spent on people who are not citizens
The city of Boston
city of
is
Boston.
sick of having people
reclaiming my
outside
time.
Boston
Mr.
telling
Bear,
us what we
Mr. Bear, I have
need.
a question.
She said the city of Boston is sick of people outside Boston telling them what to do. Is the city of Boston not a part of the United States? Does the city of Boston not have to obey the rules of the land that it sits in? The city of Boston what is she talking about? Telling them what to do? Yes, that's how laws work in this country. And you have to obey the laws of the land. And if your city, quote unquote, is getting out of line out here, then yes, people out that live outside your city, your governments, your congressmen, your legislatures, your president, they can't tell you what to do. Who you think you are, Wu?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Who do you think you are? How dare you have the audacity to sit up there on this panel right here and try to talk about somebody? We're sick of people outside of Boston telling us what to do. Boston is an American city, and I suggest they get rid of Wu before she take them down through there, which she already doing. How dare she have the audacity to say something out the side of her neck like that? Who does she think she is?
For you, because I understand Cato's perspective when it comes to illegal immigration. I understand that the Cato Institute for a long time has had a standard of actually having open immigration into the United States. Generally speaking, I don't want to get into specific.
We support legal immigration. We want immigration to be legal.
Let me ask you this question, because one of the great libertarians of the modern era, Milton Friedman, famously said, you can either have open borders or a welfare state, but you have to choose. Mr. Beer, what do you choose?
Milton Friedman said he wanted to allow illegal immigration to continue. I disagree with Milton Friedman's position on that. We should have legal immigration and build a wall around the welfare state, not around the country. That's in the best interest of taxpayers.
And I would argue that under the current system where you have sanctuary cities popping up, it is not possible to build that wall. So America has to choose. Mr. Beer, you're done. America has to choose between securing our nation or protecting the taxpayer. I choose secure the nation. I yield.
Hey, listen, look. Yeah, there we go. And these are just facts out here. These are facts. So we had Nancy Mace and Brian Donalds out there chew these people out, and they deserve it. I don't know what's going on with Wu talking out the side of her neck, but she's appalling. She's appalling. Mayor Adams, you need to get your tail on board, son. You want that issue cleared up? You need to start acting a little bit more righter out there. And the governor of, the mayor of Denver, Jesus Christ, man, you allowed a whole apartment complex to be taken over by the entity from Venezuela, a whole terrorist group from Venezuela. You're ratchet. The mayor of Denver is ratchet. And finally, last but not least, you know what I'm saying? The mayor of Chicago, he just a whole. It's no words for that dude. He needs to. No, let me stop. I don't want to go too far here. It's sad to see these treasonous people that are running our cities in the United States of America. It's sad to see that we have to deal with these fake individuals that, I'm sorry, but that the people of those cities have elected into these positions that are terrorizing their citizens, terrorizing their taxpayer citizens for whatever reason behind the scenes that they got going on for their political gain or whatever they have going on. It's sad to see that they are willing to protect entities that shouldn't even be in this country over people who were born here and actually pay their salary. This is highly disrespectful, and I'm glad that, you know, they're sitting around here and trying to, and they're being held accountable now for the stupidity that's been going on within these people's cities and things like that. I'm glad to see is some accountability trying to be had, but these individuals right here are still talking out of the side of their necks, and they got to go.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
They got to go. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.